You know when you're like so short that you have to like, you feel like you need like a booster seat. Sorry. I'm like, it's like I gotta like straddle my chair and sit up high to do my thing. Hi. Anyway, let's just get started. Let's do this. We're doing Capricorn. There you go. All right, Cappy. You know, it's interesting because last night I was trying to do your reading, but it wasn't happening. And it wasn't happening because it was too late and I was falling asleep while I was doing your reading. Oh, and I thought I lost my cheap shitty ring. And it turns out I just plunked it in my purse. I went on the weekend. I went shooting, and it was fun. Yeah. All right. Let's get started, Caps. Something about target. Being on target. Direct hit. Target. Direct hit. And about losing something. Thinking you've lost something, but it's going to be in a little pocket somewhere. Just gonna say. It's probably the case. This is your last general reading from this house, just so you know. Okay, I'm doing a long distance move. Yeah, I'm doing a long distance move. This is your general read for September, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you don't know which rising, moon, or Venus sign is, you probably should run your natal chart so that you can find out what that is. And in addition to that, anything that you need to know is in the description box of the video. I'm not going to go through it all anymore, except to say that I have 2 social media accounts. They're my private social media accounts. One's on Instagram, one's on Facebook. Ashes the Dawn is my Instagram handle, but I will never be like approaching you for anything from there. I very choosy about who I talk to through my social media platforms, and I don't ever ask for money or offer any personal readings or services or anything. All of my readings are done through here, and that's it. So yeah, let's get started. Capricorn. Sorry. It's that time of night, you know. I'm a little concerned I'm going to have to turn on the heat, and I don't want to. Because I've got all my utilities set to be shut off at the end of the month here. And moving to another province. And in Canada, utilities are provincial, you know. So I don't want to have separate things happening in separate provinces. It's annoying. So, yeah. Summing up of things, taking stock. You're most certainly starting to be conscious of how quickly the days are going by because the days are shorter. What's that song? Days are shorter, nights are colder, feeling like life is slower. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. If I ruled the world by Nas, I'm hearing. If I ruled the world, imagine that. I'd free all my sons. That's with Lauryn Hill, that one. Black diamonds and pearls. If you could be mine, we both shine. Mom, we both shine. Okay. Paradise, life relaxing. Good song. It's a good song. I feel like it's off. It was written. It is written. If it, sorry, it was written. It's the last song of It Was Written. I know it's very old. Okay. Two Hearts by Kylie Minogue. I sing this sometimes at karaoke. Two hearts are beating together. I'm in love. Don't let go. Is this forever and ever? Okay. Let's do, well, I touched it. I touched it, so we're using it. We're going to use the Rider Waite for you. We're doing past, present, future spread. 6 cards in each row. We will clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot. I'm going to try and make this not an insanely long reading. I realize that viewership is probably going to be worse with longer readings. I'm not trying to make them like super long, but if I clarify, it's going to be really long. I'm just not that efficient, you guys. I am efficient, that's not it. It's that I channel while I'm doing it. I can get really lost in it all. Feels like I never saw the sun. Somebody that feels like warmth to you. Something that makes you feel like you're in your element. Something that you're coming into that is your own this time. Something that you know that you're connecting with. Something, someone, or something or someone that you just know you're connecting with on a different level. It's different. It feels like you never saw the sun. I'm staring straight ahead and I can see one of my planetary dice over there. I never look at my planetary dice. And I'm seeing the symbol for the sun. Number 11. And the sun. I see 11 and 11. And the sun. Down those dice. 11, 11, 12, 3. The sun. 2 hearts are beating as 1. Twist for fairness for you, Cap. Oh, there's one part of you that wants to move fast, another part of you that wants to take your time and move slow and not move. Okay. We're going to cut the deck as well. Got that over here. Got the deck. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Past energy for Capricorn. Meditation using the third eye chakra is going to be important. Third eye and crown. Throat. Lapis lazuli. Get a piece of lapis lazuli. Feeling the back of my head right now. Yeah, crown. Do a crown balancing meditation. Listen to calm music during September. Calming music, chill music, cathartic music, music that helps to clear energy for you. Justice. In the recent past, you're bringing things into balance for yourself, or there was something to do with fairness, truth, equilibrium, Libran energy. 11. 11. And I tell you, 2 11s. I'm seeing them over there on the dice. This could also be energy of an actual, you know, something that has to do with the criminal justice system in and of itself, but more than likely, it's really that I'm really drawn to the 11. Why am I so drawn to the 11? It's equilibrium. There's something about equilibrium here that's super important. Equilibrium, fairness. Something being set right and balanced. Something bringing you into balance during this time. Too many cards, guys. Sorry. Thought I heard sirens. What else? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We want to get a move on here because we don't want to be too late. Where are we at? 12 minutes already. Okay. Yeah, sirens. Something to do with the energy of the criminal justice system. In the past, coming across somebody who works in the criminal justice system. This could be judges, lawyers, police officers, bailiffs, sheriffs, guards, that kind of a person, a Libra, or somebody who brings you to balance, brings you a truth. See the sword of truth there. In the recent past, we have Scorpio, Cancerian, feminine energy connecting with you. Doesn't necessarily have to be a female. Can be a female, though. But it's not, it's in the reverse. And because it's in the reverse, it's imbalanced. This justice energy is combating a lack of following intuition, volatility, irrational thought, childishness, impetuousness. But on the negative side of such. Something about being over emotional, bringing that into balance, bringing somebody more into the stable side of emotion. The call to use your intuition in the past was strong. You may have not been doing so. And so there was a need to bring that into balance. You may have encountered somebody who got you to that point. Scorpio, Libra, Cusper, perhaps. Or this could have been during Cancer season. We had the 9 of Cups in the upright, followed by the 7 of Swords in the reverse. Sorry. And the Page of Swords in the reverse. So there's an emotional wish that had been granted to you in the recent past, Cap. Lots of transparency, lots of honest, energy, about like upfront energy about what's happening. No sneakiness, no shiftiness. All right. And then the Page of Swords in the reverse. This is interesting because, you know, the Page of Swords in the reverse is normally, for me, somebody who's attempting to avoid watching what you're doing, keeping themselves from being, this is considered the stalker card in the tarot. But in the reverse, I normally am the one who says, well, this is when somebody's trying not to watch you. They're trying to avoid the temptation to look at what you're doing. Here I'm getting that somebody is, although they're being very upfront about their energy, you've gotten a wish fulfillment of an emotional nature here. I'm getting that there's also something where somebody is attempting not to learn and not to investigate something, not to look into something, turning a blind eye to something. And also preventing themselves from coming across with impulsive communicative energy, more trying to be very methodical with their communications and very careful and using tactical communication, which means that they might be very strategic with their communication, using strategy in their communication, but somebody who's planned their communications out, which is weird. Especially beside the Seven of Swords in the reverse, I would expect to see the Seven of Swords in the upright with that, just with the energy I'm getting from it. Somebody who's trying to watch their step. Okay. They're trying to watch their step. Getting that over here on my left. On my left is guides. On my right are people who've passed. That are my people that have passed. Okay. So I have a piece of hair that I can actually see kind of moving in the air. And it keeps on hitting my face. We're in static season, friends. So we went from allergy season to now allergy season because, you know, on the west coast of British Columbia in the south, it doesn't snow. It probably snows for like 4 days a year. And so grass allergies run not from February to September. They run from, it's basically they're like year round. It's fine. Oh, we got two. This one goes here. This one goes here. Okay. So in the recent past, there was walking away from something of emotional fulfillment or a choice to move on to something else. Realization that what you'd poured yourself into maybe was not of the quality that you had hoped. This is recent past, but walking away from something that normally would have been emotional fulfillment in search of that Nine of Cups. I'm feeling like you already had the Nine of Cups, and so there are other situations that you're closing out with people. In an attempt to put your best foot forward. Yourself. Interesting. Then here we have, in the current energy, we have the Two of Wands in the upright. I am so happy to see this. I had never been so happy to see a card in the upright, even though, I mean, this is, delaying moving forward. Attempting to make sense of your journey before you embark upon it. Planning. He's got the world in his hand, so he does have opportunity ahead of him. That's where you're sitting right now. I got background noise I got to deal with too. All right. Fans and things all on everywhere. We don't have to siphon. We don't have to siphon hot air out of the top of the house anymore, so we can turn all of those fans off. Anyway, don't mind me dropping cards. It's because they're glossy. It's because they're not your standard cards. They're plastic. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And they want me to do this. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Defensive energy. Is that why you're delaying? Because you're on guard? Because you feel like you have to stave off competition of some sort? Or you're protecting your energy in some manner? You're not following your intuition, and that's why you're so defensive. Remember I was talking about with the 11 before? Isn't this interesting? Here's Justice, card 11. I know it's 2 in the Roman numerals, but we have the 2 of Wands, which is 2 posts, which is like an 11. But also, this could be an 11 if we really wanted to be phonetic about it instead of saying that it's a 2 in Roman numerals. That's interesting. Still about balance, right? Making sure you're balanced in forethought before moving forward. But this this 7 of Wands here is being on guard. But I feel like it's a little bit of paranoia in a way. It's like you're protecting your interests and stuff, but against what? You've been sitting in Queen of Cups energy in the recent past in regards to this specific situation, right? So you're not following your intuition, or somebody around you isn't following their intuition, or they're volatile and it's causing you to sit in that overprotective defensive energy. Okay. Next, in the current energy, we have options. So when it comes to affairs of the heart, is that what you're protecting yourself against? You're being defensive. Okay. You're defending yourself against options when it comes to affairs of the heart. Because in the recent past, you saw your emotional fulfillment come to fruition with the 9 of Cups. You're not quite sure where you are when it comes to your intuition. You are a little volatile. You're a little worried about being reactionary. And you're confused a little bit with that Queen of Cups in the reverse. So you're defending yourself. You're guarded. You're protecting yourself against options of a romantic sense. You're not interested. And you're actually being quite combative when it comes to that. Being quite vocal when it comes to that. What else do we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I thought I saw some flippers in here. Okay, I didn't. Not again, you're not doing that. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What else in the current? My hands are pretty small, so it's hard with these. They all want to get away from me all the time. It's a thick deck. Okay, so we have one in the upright, Knight of Cups, one that's face up, Knight of Cups in the reverse. So in the past, somebody was very upfront about their energy. In the present, you're actually seeing the manifestation of this with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They might have been very upfront about the fact that they're not a very romantic person. This might be one of your options. Is not very romantic, isn't necessarily pursuing you as you had hoped. Not very much of a rescuer, which is actually okay. That's a good thing. You don't want somebody placing you in a codependent situation, right? but they're not taking action towards you that is considered romantic and passionate. I think they were upfront about that with you, though. There is a secret here. High Priestess energy. A hidden mystery, something that has to do with following your intuition. It's got to do with putting your best foot forward, or making sure that you're not getting off on the wrong foot, starting off on the wrong foot. Has to do with not watching something, not looking at something too deeply, but also not investigating something. But somebody's been up front. There's a deep mystery here, something that has to do with inner knowing, equilibrium and balance still here. The crummy thing is that you also have the Death card in the reverse right underneath that Eight of Cups. So whatever it was that you did choose to walk away from that was otherwise of emotional fulfillment, more than likely isn't over. Or during the present, you have something that is not ending. And that could very well be the secret here. Or this could be what your intuition is telling you during the present time, is that you have something that isn't ending. See the matching colors of the cards. Scorpionic energy on that one. Could be that there's unfinished business with an emotional situation that you walked away from in the past. But I'm getting more that this is about the thing that you're not following your intuition about, or the thing that you do feel within your intuition with that High Priestess. That something's not going to end. Or that if it ends, you would be left with an unfinished cycle. In the future for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Getting quite warm all of a sudden for some reason. And I was just fine before. Looks like the one that stayed on the table first. We have the Moon in the reverse. Clarity, clearing up of confusion. Cancer energy, too, sorry. Then, these two that I got off the floor. Temperance in the reverse and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Clearing up a confusion. Things coming to light that were done in the dark. Cancerian energy. That's what's happening when you finally do decide to come up from this delay, move forward. Is that there will be clarity that will come to things. You will find that any confusion that you're dealing with is now lifted. Any deception is being cleared out. I'm also getting that you might find that there's something that comes to you in your dreams. Gives you a little bit of clarity about something. You're going to remain unbalanced when it comes to intellect versus intuition here with Temperance. In the reverse, there's impatience, actually, more than anything. If you're coming to a realization of some sort with the Moon, you're moving into the Temperance energy, it might be that you grow impatient with something because of something that you're realizing. Because you're no longer confused about a situation, you may be having trouble holding back or waiting or having grace or being patient with a situation. It's something that triggers you, causes you to put walls up. You're also healing right now from some of these options that you may have thought were wish fulfillment in the past. You move through during the present options, having to ignore options and staving off options or competition. And in the future, you're healing from some of the insecurities, and rather not insecurities, but hang-ups that you have about relationships that came from some of the castles in the air that you built around some options that you had. So moving into the end of September, You're starting to heal from some of these weird old wounds that came from dating, if you're single, or from past hurts within a current relationship if you have been in a relationship for long term for quite some time. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. Okay, we have 2 of Cups. So even though you don't have this person pursuing you, they've been very upfront about their energy that they're not going to pursue you. They're not a very romantic person. You're still finding yourself in union. They are one of these options. And they are somebody who's provided you with that wish fulfillment in an emotional sense. You're following your intuition and you're going with this person. You're following your intuition and you're coming into union with this person. Cancerian Pisces energy off that Knight of Cups. By the way, I don't think I called that. But there's union here. And this person is not necessarily a very romantic person. You can tell by the look on his face. He's like a pretty stern person, but he's bringing along that cup and he's serving that woman. There's something about following your intuition that in the future, you're going to find following your intuition has served you best. And you'll find your anxiety, sleepless nights, worry, grief, panic to be lifting. I think there's a little bit of relief that comes with meeting up with this person after healing some of these hang-ups. It could be that every time that you meet with this person, it helps you to... It helps to prove yourself wrong about some of the things in the past. Because you're coming out of anxiety. You have 2 really great cards on either side of this union. You have a 10 of Swords in the reverse, and you have a 9 of Swords in the reverse. This is a very healing connection for you. This is a connection that is helping you to really redo something. Redoing something. Undoing old traumas. Yeah, old traumas. Old traumas. But you're following your intuition. Following your intuition feels good, especially after sitting in Queen of Cups energy in the reverse up there. You might finally be coming into, dare I say it, balance. All right? Oh my God. I should have got the paper version, guys. I should have got the paper version. Drives me nuts every time. Because I do this and it just gets worse and worse. When I get to my new place, I'll be getting a different table that'll be a little bit lower. What else? Finally, for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So it's a very cups-laden reading. It's a few swords, a few cups. Quite a lot of cups, actually. Limited ones. What do you got? Capricorn. Okay. Leadership energy, exercising confidence, ability. The firm hand, the firm ruling hand. This is Aries energy, if I didn't already say it. And knowing when to invest and cultivate and sow the seeds versus not. When to know that something isn't ending and when to put things to rest. And knowing the difference. Because I'm reading the vertical here. We have the 8 of Cups in the past. We have the Death card in the reverse in the future. So you have one thing that absolutely you have put an end to and you have walked away from. In the past, you have one thing in the present that you are not walking away from. You are not ending. And the Emperor is the guy who knows the difference in between the two and can discern in between the two. Okay? He knows what to cultivate and what to leave and what to clip off for compost, yeah? Overall energy. Unburden yourself. There are things that you have picked up. Very clearly, I see it here. I'm really picking up on it when I see the Seven of Swords with the Seven of... I'm sorry, not Seven of Swords, Jesus. The Seven of Swords is here. It's just in the reverse in the past. But I'm seeing the Seven of Wands paired up with the Seven of Cups. What I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that you have really gathered a lot of quote-unquote baggage that you need to let go of as a result of some poor connections in the past that you've made that are still making themselves known in the present. But at least now you know the difference. At least now you know the difference. And you know when to stave them off. You know that it's time to start unburdening yourself of some of that garbage that some of these options have put on you that is not yours to carry. You know? It's not fair for you to carry. Okay. Let's clarify. Let's put this Justice card first up in here. Let's go Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Venus. I'm just going to shuffle over on the side of the table here as to not disturb our spread. Okay. We're not taking those, by the way. Even though we landed on the Two of Cups, we're not going to take them. Okay. Justice card. What do you have to tell us about Justice card for Capricorn? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm just going to pop my shoes off under the table here because I'm getting warm. Justice card. Tell us about justice. What is this equilibrium and fairness and truth? Tell me. Justice. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was about balance for you. You had to achieve balance in between mind, body, spirit. The union of those three things. I think that'd be why we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. It was your mind and your spirit. Those two are kind of out of balance in the recent past. Why? They were out of balance. Because of something that lacked fairness. You weren't living into your truth. Something, a deep injustice was committed against you. Tell me more. Tell me more of this. What is this justice in the reverse is causing you imbalance in your mind, body, spirit? And especially with your intuition, volatility, all that. Okay. Had to do with the tyrant, somebody who ruled with fear, somebody who had exerted control and pressure, violence, and aggressiveness against you. Aries energy. Could have been employer, could have been a tyrannical father figure, a male in your life who was an extremely domineering figure. What is this Nine of Cups? Magician in the reverse. Something that makes you feel that you need to master yourself, that there are things that you have to go and you have to master the elements. You have to master, there has to be a re-examining of how well you have mastered yourself as well as the elements. Gemini energy. In between Aries and Gemini, we have Taurus. Did you realize that somebody with Taurus in their chart? Or during Taurus season? Did you realize where your wish fulfillment was? Of an emotional sense? And that you weren't ready to work on, you had things to work on. The Magician in the reverse. You might have also felt at the time that the person coming to you with that Nine of Cups energy was an illusion, that it was trickery, that it wasn't real. The Magician is often a trick energy. Somebody who's playing tricks, who isn't being honest. I gotta see if there's animals out there. Okay. I went and got the fan too. My roommate's packing things downstairs. Yeah, you didn't feel you had mastery over yourself, over the elements. This was during Taurus season. Had to be. And because of that, you weren't really willing to move forward, or you didn't understand. Could have been that you felt that you were being tricked. Didn't recognize it as actual emotional wish fulfillment. You didn't see it as your Nine of Cups at the time. Even though somebody's being extremely upfront with you. Who was this person? I don't know. There's somebody who was keeping an eye on you. Somebody who didn't want aggression with impulsive communication. And you didn't want to. This was something that you were being very careful about. You were worried about impulsive communication. Who was this person? Somebody that wasn't honest with you in the beginning about something. It's a lack of fairness and truth. Libran energy. What else about this person? Ooh, they don't want you to see that. They were juggling options. This person was not being truthful at the beginning. They had a choice to make. They had a choice to make. They might have been upfront about it in some roundabout way. Tell me more. Is that why they didn't want to investigate things or look into things further with you? And why they walked away? Or why you walked away? Tell me more. We'll figure out that Eight of Cups in a second. Tell me more about this juggling energy. Cause them great burden. Cause them great burden. They didn't pursue because they knew it was going to cause too much burden for them, too many responsibilities. Tell me more. Tell me more. You and Scorpio both been doing this to me. Queen of Cups again in the reverse. They knew that they also were not following their intuition. Scorpio, Cancer energy. Somebody who doesn't follow their intuition. Somebody who is volatile themselves. And get into an emotionally heavy place. That's why they didn't want to look at what you were doing, didn't want to investigate you, didn't want to look at who you were. did want to get off on the right foot, you know, but still. And they were trying to be upfront. They were trying to be upfront, but see, this was like this, and then it flipped out of my hand and went like this. They couldn't decide whether or not to. They couldn't decide whether or not to be honest with you about something, or whether they were going to sit in Seven of Swords energy and sneak off in the dark on you with swords. It ended up ultimately like this in the end. Who's walking away here in the past? Who Eight of Cups? Was it you or was it this person? The Sun during Leo season. So end of July, middle of August. So mid-July to mid-August. This could have been a Cancer Leo cusper. This could also be that somebody walked away because light was shed on a situation. Somebody walked away for their greater wish fulfillment. Somebody walked away in order to find their son. Not their, you know, biological son, blah, blah, blah. No, I mean like their actual wish fulfillment. Find what gives them warmth. It feels like I never saw the sun. Feels like I've never saw the sun. Walking out into the darkness to find the sun. So this is a previous connection for you that you've left. Trying to seek that Nine of Cups. That's that yes card for your wish fulfillment. You're going back. So if you don't already know and you haven't heard me say it yet, the Sun is the ultimate wish fulfillment in the whole tarot deck. It is the ultimate yes card. And so you're walking away from a situation in order to go in search of that wish fulfillment in the recent past. In the Nine of Cups. In the present, where you at? What is this delay? What are you waiting on here? What are you surveying the line for? Queen of Swords. To seek your truth, your fairness. To be cold and clinical about something and really understand what it means before you take your journey forward. You're feeling very passionate, Leo energy. You want to charge towards something. Or somebody wants to charge towards you. But you've healed. And because you've healed, you know better now. Sorry, let me do that again so you can see. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You know better now. You want to be determined and you don't want to be taken away from yourself. That's Capricorn energy. You don't want to move towards something passionately. You don't want to move towards something swiftly. You don't want to take swift action towards something or passionate action towards something after having done the healing work to come out of Three of Swords, only to lose connection with yourself again. So you're protecting yourself and you're defensive against options. Tell me about these options for Capricorn. 3. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. 6, 6, 1, 13 breaks down to 4. One of these options has moved away or moved on or moved forward. Felt that it escaped you, flew away from you, could be at a distance. Overseas, travel, movement forward, retreat. Another is somebody who taught you about balance or somebody who is in great balance Libra in energy, I always read Six of Pentacles as somebody who has to give a piece of themselves to everybody who sees them. Everybody that they come across has to have a piece of them, a piece of their soul. And the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Another, something that you thought was a promising beginning that did not even get off the ground. So that's 3 of the options there. So somebody who moved forward without you, somebody who brought you into balance, but that's all that they did before they had to move on and give another little piece of their soul to somebody else and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. Reiterated on that line. And then something else that was never a start to begin with. It had the promise of an offer, of a tangible, stable offer, but it never got anywhere. And that's the options that are here in the present that you see in front of you. And they remind you something about these options that reminds you of something that you have to defend yourself against. The Knight of Cups. Or it could be that you're just defending yourself against these types of options because you already know and you're looking for that sun. You're looking for that Nine of Cups wish fulfillment. What is this Nine of Cups? Tell us who this Nine of Cups is. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. Somebody who's healing. Somebody who's healing, and that's why. That's why they're not pursuing you more passionately. Could be why they don't sit in romantic energy. Because they're healing from something. They're coming out of pain. Could be healing from actual physical sickness. But there's a feeling of being stabbed in the back and betrayed that they're healing from. Tell me more about this Knight of Cups. What else do we need to know about this Knight of Cups? Something about childhood. There's nostalgia. Something about them that reminds you of your childhood. It's nostalgic. They don't necessarily have to be somebody coming back from your childhood for that to be true either. There's something that either they remind you of a long cherished wish or goal from your childhood, or you remind them of it. Or there's some type of healing of deep traumatic wound for one or the both of you, more than likely them, because that's what I'm trying to clarify. You help them get their guard down, and they help you put your guard down. They view you as fertile, warm, nurturing female, creative, earth energy, Taurus, Libra. This current energy could be prevalent during Libra season. So, September 22nd, 23rd, September 23rd. I feel like they might be discussing this stuff with you during that time. Ten of Swords in the reverse, Six of Cups in the upright, Nine of Wands in the reverse, the Empress in the upright. Life Path, the Artist is a huge deal here. We have 3, the number 3, because we have 6, we have 9, we have 3. The 10 in the reverse becomes 9. They might not necessarily be coming to you with romantic action because they're healing betrayal, old wounds, age-old wounds, sickness. Something might actually be wrong. They might physically be not well, and they're healing that. But they feel playful in your energy, or they see childlike wonder, or there's something that has to do with a nostalgic sense of pride over something that they wanted to achieve. And you help them to let their guard down. With that Nine of Wands in the reverse. I don't feel that they have to be so overprotective over their emotions. And they see you as the Empress. Ruling over nature. Or that, or they are the Empress themselves. Ruling over nature. Or they wish to connect with nature. I think it's more the way they see you connect with nature. That seems, romantic, poetic, and ethereal. You see that there? That is the goddess. That's the Earth Mother. And then right beside it we have the High Priestess, right? Tell me about this High Priestess. What's the High Priestess energy that we have here in the present for Capricorn? Oh, that's way too many, sorry. I'm not going to tell you 5 cards at once. High Priestess energy. So we have a deep knowing and an intuition here about something that you believe at the present. Right now, you have intuition about something. You're not confused about something like you might believe initially that you are. You're not deceiving yourself about something here. I think you're very certain about something. There's clarity. Pay attention to your dreams. Lighthouse. I captioned a picture because when I stood and I was taking the picture, I said out loud, standing at a lighthouse, taking a picture of a lighthouse. I actually said that out loud. And now we've got the lighthouses. Guidance, truth. Guidance in bringing things to light that are normally covered in darkness. And so they appear different and scary. And people hate things that they fear. And people fear things they don't understand. And with the moon in the reverse, there is no longer any fear. Because you can see things in the light of day. And when you see things in the light of day, you can further examine them so that you can better understand them, therefore no longer fear them. I think your intuition is telling you that there is nothing to fear. That you already have full clarity over a situation here. Cancer energy. Tell me more. What is this clarity? What is this deep inner knowing? Because it's just a redundancy of the same thing. You're just telling me the same thing. Tell me more about this intuition that you're supposed to follow. Is there a secret here? Tell me about the intuition that you're supposed to follow. King of Wands. There is passionate, nurturing, loving, masculine, warm energy. Very confident. Very confident leadership energy as well. It is the fire that you warm yourself by. It feels like I never saw the sun. It feels like you never felt the sun, and now you feel the sun. Can you feel the sun at least? Or no? That's the whole thing. You can feel the sun. You can feel it, because intuition is a feeling. You might not be able to see the sun, but you can feel it. Is that it? Tell me. One more. I'm not going to take it even though it's stuck in my hand. Oh my fucking god. I need to take it because it's stuck in my hand. Do you know what I'm holding up right now, right? The sun. Your 9 of Cups, your emotional fulfillment, your wish of emotional fucking fulfillment. Feels like I never saw the sun. You could feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel with intuition. You can't always see with intuition. You can feel your fucking 9 of Cups. You know that whatever is you think is ending in the present is not actually ending. That it's not going to end. It can't end. Tell me about that death in reverse. Tell me about that death in reverse. Oh. Capricorn. I'm taking this one. I can't take this big giant pile over here. There's no conflict. There's no argument. There's no argument. It's not ending. Without a doubt, without an argument, without a question. No conflict over that. Nobody is disputing that it's not ending. Tell me more. Like, this is a direct translation. No one is disputing. No one is disputing that it's staying put. It's not ending. Whatever it is that you've got here with you. This Nine of Cups energy. It's very, very confident leadership energy. Charging in on the horse with the torch there. It's about ready to jump over those frickin' flames. But it's the difference in between the fire that burns versus the fire that warms, and is life-sustaining versus life-taking, right? We have a flipper and we have one that fell on the floor. 4 cups in the reverse. You finally, either you or this person have finally taken the cup from the universe after grief, loss, abandonment, and disappointment in love. And what's this on the floor? Without delay, you've decided you're moving forward with it. You're no longer surveying the land. You're not sitting there waiting for ships to come in. You're calling the ships in. Okay, so this clarity that we see here, we already see it up here with the moon in the reverse. That confusion that's clearing, we already see it. We're not going to do that. What is this? What is the confusion clearing? And the impatience that follows after the confusion clears. What is the confusion about that clears? What happens? What is this revelation? I have a flipper. Sorry. Oh, no. Sorry. So just so you know, I don't take that many flippers at once. So because I don't, we put them back. We keep going. It's meant to come out, it'll come out. What is this that you're no longer in confusion about? What's this revelation that causes you to want to rush towards something? Causes the great impatience. 5 of Pentacles. Is there anything that's flipped here? 5 Pentacles in the upright, by the way. 5 Pentacles in the upright. So we just had the light flicker. Never had that happen with this light. So 5 Pentacles in the upright, that you have never ever needed to beg for a place within. You've never needed to beg for a place to come in out of the cold. It has always been your divine right. It has always been your divine right to have that. To have that warmth. That warmth of the sun. I'm going to title it that. You know, it feels like I never saw the sun. Because churches are places of sanctuary. And you don't need, they don't lock the doors on a lot of churches. Well, maybe nowadays they do. But in the traditional depictions of sanctuary, churches do not lock their doors. Churches don't lock their doors so that people can come in and gain sanctuary. You don't need, there are no conditions placed on that. And it's always been your divine right to the sun as a human being that walks the earth. It's always been your divine right to the sun. You didn't ever need an invitation to it. You never needed permission for it. It's always been your divine right. And that somebody, you never needed an invitation for it. You never needed an invitation. That you can come in and out of the cold anytime that you wish. that you so choose. Tell me more. Anything else on the moon? Anything else on the moon for Capricorn? Sun and rising Venus. Oh, 2 wands in the reverse. Yeah, like I said, right? Because you're now that you've realized that, you're coming in gangbusters. You don't have any more patience. You got to go in now without delay. 2 of wands in the reverse. No longer standing there going, okay, got the world in my hand. I can see the path I'm going to walk. Blah, blah, blah. No, without delay. You're going. You're going for it. What are you going for? What are you no longer able to exercise patience and grace and tempered energy with? What are you trying to race towards here? I feel like it's the sun. The sun's already come out, so. Something that you're cultivating. Don't pay attention to the top of the card because this is not the right, failure is not what this means. 7 of Pentacles means sowing the seeds of success so that they can germinate and grow under the ground for your future endeavors. This is about things that you invest your time and energy into so that you can hone your craft in the future. This is planting the seeds of success for the future. This is something that you come to realize that after coming out of a meditative or a dream state, after healing from the 3 of Swords energy, taking the time that you needed to heal. You're still not telling me. You're still not telling me. Which, I mean, we're moving into here with the 10 of Swords anyway. Tell me, what are you racing towards, Capricorn? What are the Capricorns racing towards in the future? I don't get it. Not taking a risk? Something that feels safe? Oh, okay. You're racing towards something that has provided you with that emotional security. That thing that provides you with stability and that feeling of safety. Because you've dealt with enough grief, loss, disappointment, abandonment, sickness, worry, anxiety, sleepless nights that are here that you're healing from. You're not interested in taking risks. You want a safe connection. Tell us more. You want somebody who feels like a balm for the soul. Balm for the soul. Jesus. But there's movement that has to happen. That the Chariot in the reverse is movement that doesn't happen. Movement forward that doesn't happen because there's healing that has to happen. Movement forward that doesn't happen. This is normally my change of address card, but it's in the reverse. Movement forward in the reverse. So there's movement forward here that isn't happening. There's a change of address that's not happening. This is always relocation for me. It always has been. It always will be. So in the future, there's relocation that's not happening. And it's got to do with the 10 of Swords. So it's got to do with healing from sickness. Not taking the risk and not changing address. Somebody not taking the risk and not changing address. Not taking a trip over water. Not moving forward. Not taking the risk to move forward. Why? Give me more context on that Chariot reverse. Because you made a choice in love? That doesn't make any sense. You made a choice in love. You got the Lovers here in the reverse. The Lovers in reverse is not a bad thing. Sometimes the Lovers in the upright is when you have a choice in love to make, like a love triangle. In the reverse, it's when you've chosen. Cancer, Gemini cuspers. Again, we are sitting here with the Fool, the Lovers, and the Chariot. So we have Aries, Gemini, and Cancer. What's missing? Taurus. Taurus is missing. Taurus is the only thing missing. It's the one thing that's always left out. Up there it's left out, down here it's left out. So in your past, it's the thing that's not there, and here it's the thing that's not there. So something during Taurus season. Next Taurus season doesn't make any sense. Tell me more about this Lovers in the reverse. What is this choice that you're making? It's 3, so we can take them. Fucking High Priestess in reverse again. Okay, there's communication. Somebody you're communicating with. Somebody that you're following your intuition about, that you have that deep inner knowing about. You know that they are your 9 of fucking cups. Even though they're not operating in their right energy of King of Cups energy, which is Cancer, Piscean energy. Some people read it as Scorpio. I do not. They're not operating in their right energy. That's masculine, poetic, powerfully, emotionally independent and mature. Extremely loving. Caretaker. You know this person is your 9 of Cups. These clarifiers drift across into our 2 of Cups. Tell me about the 2 Cups. Tell me about that 2 Cups. Tell us more about that union. Fucking unfinished business. So it's just like the Death card in the reverse. We have the World in the reverse. Now, it's with somebody that you know this is not going to end. There is no beginning. There is no end. There is only change. Progression backwards. Is this where we are headed? Take back your soul. Forgive your emptiness. There's a thin line between what is good and what is evil. I will tiptoe down that line. But I will feel unstable. My life is a circus and I'm tripping down that tightrope. There's nothing to say here now. I've fallen to the ground. Oh no. And it's only falling in love because you hit the ground. As another great musician said. Somebody that you have unfinished business with? Or somebody that you will continue to have unfinished business with. That they are, they're part of the world, right? Or the world unending. Volatility. Leo energy. This is feminine Leo energy. This person could have Leo in their chart, or they also are in union with a Leo at the same time as you. There's a lot of volatility of emotion and thought in this spread. Thing is that it's not directed outward, it's directed inward on both parts of each individual, on the parts of the individuals in this spread. I haven't had a single court card come in the upright this entire time. I don't think I have. Oh, I had the Queen of Swords come in the upright and the Knight of Wands. Anything else about this union? The union of the 2. I just heard the union of the 2. Like the union of the 2. You know what I mean? Now let's finish this off. No. Anything else on that? Yeah, let's talk about the Nine of Swords then. The Nine of Swords and our Emperor. Anything else? Is there anything else for the rest of this? Yeah. And the Five of Cups, the exercise and gratitude. You have managed to heal and you've managed to work through your anxiety, your sleepless nights, your worry, your sickness, and you've come into leadership energy with the Emperor because of exercise and gratitude. The exercise of gratitude has worked well for you. And the confidence that you have now to know the difference in between what to invest in, invest your energy in. Tell us about that. Tell me more. Two of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, enlightenment. Your blindfold has been taken off. End of the month, you know. You know which direction to travel in. There's no question. There is no question. It's not even about faith anymore. You don't even need to have faith anymore. You just know. This is Aquarian energy. You just know. You know, the star is about having faith. But having faith means you just have to trust fall into the universe's arms about everything consistently. Whereas here, it's not about faith anymore. It's certainty. It's not faith, it's certainty. Let's get your affirmation done. It's not faith, it's certainty. I'm going to name the reading that. It's not faith, it's certainty. This is the Sun. It's the same. Okay, what do you need to tell yourself during September to get through it in one piece? Let's see. Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We had a flipper and we got that one. I'll give them to you both. I am successful. Okay. And I am forgiving. Okay. All right. That's that. And our poetry. For Capricorn. Get down to the very bottom. So there are your words. Thanks for watching. Please make sure that you do all of the things that help to make sure that other people get to watch my reading, since YouTube isn't. Be well. Thanks for watching, Capricorn. We'll see you when we see you. Bye. I was so over it that I put away the poetry before I even did this shot. There you have it. We done. Okay, bye.